it made me a more well-rounded person. You know, I really just knew the physical security and the cameras. It was great to hear other guest speakers come in to talk about other investigations or other incidences that they're dealing with, and it was really an information exchange. I'm Steve Darragh, the Business Area Director for Axis Communications, the camera manufacturer. Been in the industry 25 years, and I was looking to get some more professional growth and career advancement, so decided to challenge and take the CPP exam. Actually, unfortunately, I passed, so it wasn't a perfect score, but it's a very challenging test. I actually came here to the North Texas chapter to give some best practices since I took it pretty recently, and I know that they're doing a boot camp here, which actually I highly recommend. It's not the route I took, but I think I wish I would have. I think it would have pasted some of the domains out a little bit better. I'm actually PSP, Physical Security Professional, back in 2010. At our company, we have a real initiative to do career growth and to do professional improvement. And so there's incentive to pass those exams. It's also letting other people know that that you're an expert in your field. I think it's a credential that I want to keep and be able to implement throughout my career. So it's kind of one of those where I just wanted to make sure that I was keeping up with my peers, and I think it's going to benefit, and I'm really happy that I passed. Yeah, it's actually pretty embarrassing, but I actually failed the exam back in 2015. I went to the day-and-a-half prep exam that they offer at kind of in conjunction with the ASIS expo. I took that, I took some of the study guides, I took some stuff that I found online, and I think I was a little overconfident because I already had passed the physical security, and I didn't realize how many domains, and I thought I could narrow it down. And so when I failed, I actually was a little disappointed, and I put it in a box, and I kind of gave up. And I actually had a coworker that also failed, and again, I hate to talk about failures, but I think it's important to know that you can't just go into this exam with a lot of confidence. You got to put in the work. You can't expect to get results if you don't put in the work. And so I actually owe my coworker to get me remotivated. We kind of did a buddy system, and we gathered the latest information, and we really worked together. So it was a combination of books, flashcards, PowerPoint slides, practice exams, but also reading the chapters. I think that really helped out as well. There is a great organization on LinkedIn. It's the CPP study group, and it lets people know how they actually prepped for the exam and how they passed and what their scores were, and I think that's also beneficial. We do a lot with consultants, and when we work projects, I think it's an instant recognition when someone else is a PSP or a CPP that you both had to go and do that exam, you both studied, and you both are taking this industry seriously. So I noticed there have been several times where they'll look at my business card, or I'll look at theirs and say, oh, you're a CPP, or oh, you're a PSP. I think it gives a lot of credibility. Also in the industry, end users and other organization people know that you're taking that craft seriously. So that's been real beneficial having that. Yeah, I'm born and raised in Detroit, and got transferred down to North Texas, and I was a member of the Detroit Great Lakes chapter for ASIS, and what I found is that it made me a more well-rounded person. I really just knew the physical security and the cameras. It was great to hear other guest speakers come in to talk about other investigations or other incidences that they're dealing with, and it was really an information exchange. I think we try to help each other out as a group. It was when people had a question on what do you use for visitor management, other people would say this or say that, or this has been really beneficial, and I think it's a great sounding board. For me, I got to meet a lot of different vertical markets. So we had a member of Comerica Bank there, we had a member of Henry Ford Hospital, and so you're getting to learn a little bit about different vertical markets and what some of their practices are in that situation and some of their pain points, and I think that helped a lot to learn about those. We always wonder, I don't think we're necessarily born for it or necessarily, go to school necessarily for it, but it was back in 1993. So again, it's my 25th anniversary. My sister had a friend that owned a burglar and fire alarm company. I had a summer free. I was going to college and had the summer free, and they asked if I wanted to pull some cable for a fire alarm, and I said, can't be too hard. And literally back in 1993 started installing smoke detectors and pulling fire wire, and slowly but surely actually kind of said, you know what, not only this is kind of a craft that I like because of the technology, but it is also helping people, and it's making this world a safer, smarter place. And so moved into it, started off as an installer. I think that's really helped me as well because I get to know best practices with ADA compliance and plenum cabling, and then moved into job estimating, inside sales, eventually outside sales, regional sales manager, area sales manager, and now the business area director. So I could say that I definitely started from the ground up, and it's been a very rewarding career, and I think there's a lot of great benefits, and I do highly recommend getting into this industry. Now, I think you do have to have a passion. I mean, whatever you do, when you don't feel like it's work, that's when you're going to love your job. I think if you really like protecting people, you like different technology, the thing I like about security is it's actually got a large spectrum. You can do physical security with cameras and access control. You can also do personnel security with guards and services. You can also do executive protection security. So getting into this industry, I think learn a little bit about everything, just like the CPP exam helps you, and really go to what you gravitate and what you're strong at. So I would recommend starting of learning the basics. I think in this day and age, we always want to get to the top so quick, but I think what made me so successful was actually pulling a ladder, holding a ladder, pulling cable, understanding, terminating, programming, and doing those type of things, at least for the physical security part. So that's how I would probably approach it. Continuing education. I want to take the PCI exam as well next. I'm also looking at the CI-SSP, which is kind of an information security and cyber. And I also am looking at another one that has to do with project management and some things like that. So I think you're never too young to keep learning, and I think it's really important. Well, I've got an ambitious goal of trying to get my PCI certification before September. I do kind of want to walk the stage because I think it's an accomplishment to get all 3 certifications. I did it for the PSP, and so if I can get all 3, that would be great. I do like to see the latest and greatest in technology. It's amazing where this industry is going. I truly believe we went from we're moving forward with a lot of more artificial intelligence, deep learning, drones, body cameras, and things like that, that it's amazing each year how companies and people and professionals are implementing technology to help that.